Humanity unleashes vengeance. Fleet after Galactic Council's deception, Ambassador James Wright stood before the Galactic Council, his weathered face displaying none of the fury that burned within him. 50 representatives from the most powerful species in the known universe stared down at him from their elevated platforms. The vast chamber, built into an asteroid at the edge of neutral space, hummed with tension. "Honored Council," James began, his voice steady despite his rage. "For 10 years, Earth has fulfilled every requirement you demanded for our admission. We've shared our medical advances, limited our military presence, and opened our borders to inspection. Yet today I discover that while we negotiated in good faith, Council ships attacked 3 of our outer colonies. The Grand Counselor, a tall being with iridescent scales, rose from the central seat. Ambassador Wright, these accusations are baseless. The Council is dedicated to peace." James activated a holographic display. The footage showed Council warships bombarding human settlements on distant worlds. 2 million civilians dead. Our colony on Tau Ceti completely destroyed. Murmurs rippled through the chamber. Some representatives looked genuinely shocked, others carefully expressionless. "These are fabrications," the Grand Counselor declared, "created by your primitive technology to justify your species' continued militarization." James switched the display to show a captured Council vessel. This ship was recovered intact. Its logs confirm the Council authorized these attacks while simultaneously negotiating our entry. "This session is adjourned," the Grand Counselor announced abruptly. "The Council will investigate these claims and reconvene in one standard cycle." As the representatives filed out, a gray-skinned delegate approached James quietly. "Human, not all of us knew. Some genuinely sought peace with your kind." "It's too late for that," James replied, his voice hollow. He tapped a communication device on his wrist. "Operation Nemesis is approved. Light years away in a secure facility beneath the Mariana Trench on Earth, Admiral Maria Torres received the ambassador's signal. She turned to the grim-faced military leaders gathered around the command table. "The Council has confirmed their treachery," she announced. "Ambassador Wright has given the authorization." The oldest of the officers, General Thomas Kane, nodded slowly. "May God forgive us for what we must now do." Admiral Torres entered her command codes into the central console, activating the Vengeance Fleet. Throughout the solar system, in hidden shipyards concealed within the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, deep asteroid bases, and underwater facilities on Earth, massive hangar doors began to open. Ships that had been built in absolute secrecy over the past decade powered up their systems for the first time. These weren't the outdated vessels that humanity had shown to Council inspectors. Those had been carefully crafted decoys, a misdirection planned years ago when the first evidence of the Council's duplicity had been discovered. The true fleet of humanity consisted of 5,000 warships, incorporating technologies the Council believed humans incapable of developing: gravity manipulation drives, quantum-entangled communication arrays, and weapon systems based on principles the Council had never encountered. Admiral Torres surveyed the holographic display showing the fleet's activation sequence. "The Council believed we were primitive because we showed them what they expected to see. Their arrogance will be their undoing." General Kane studied the strategic display. "The Council worlds are completely unprepared. Their defense systems are designed to counter known technologies. They've had centuries of peace enforced through their technological superiority," Torres replied. "They've forgotten what it means to face an enemy fighting for survival." On the Council homeworld of Arcturus Prime, Grand Counselor Vex paced in his private chambers. The emergency meeting had gone as expected. Most representatives had accepted his explanation that the footage was fabricated. Only a few questioned the narrative. His communication terminal chimed. "Grand Counselor, long-range sensors have detected unusual energy signatures throughout the human solar system." Vex dismissed the concern with a wave. "Their primitive reactors are inefficient. Such fluctuations are common. Sir, these readings are unprecedented. They appear to be preparing a large-scale fleet action." Vex laughed. "With what? The humans possess barely 100 outdated ships. Our intelligence is thorough. The officer hesitated. Sir, new readings indicate thousands of vessels. They don't match any known human designs. For the first time, uncertainty flickered across the Grand Counselor's face. Impossible. Maintain surveillance and... The communication abruptly terminated. Across Arcturus Prime, every electronic system simultaneously failed as a precisely calibrated electromagnetic pulse swept the planet. Similar attacks struck 20 other Council worlds simultaneously. Captain Lisa Martinez sat on the bridge of the UES Retribution, the largest vessel in humanity's vengeance fleet. The massive dreadnought, stretching nearly 5 kilometers, from bow to stern led the first wave toward the Council's core systems. All ships report ready, Captain, her executive officer reported. The Council's early warning networks have been neutralized. Lisa nodded, her expression solemn. Begin. Phase 2. Throughout Council space, hidden human agents activated dormant quantum beacons, creating navigational corridors that allowed the Vengeance fleet to bypass the Council's defensive perimeters entirely. Within hours, human warships appeared in orbit, around 37 Council worlds simultaneously. On Arcturus Prime, the Retribution and its battle group maintained position above the Council's capital city. Lisa opened a channel to the planet below. This is Captain Lisa Martinez of the Earth Vengeance Fleet to all Council worlds. For 10 years you plotted our destruction while pretending to welcome us into your community of worlds. You murdered our colonists while speaking of peace. Paused, letting her words sink in. Humanity could destroy you all now. Our weapons are locked on every major Council installation. But unlike you, we do not massacre civilians. Throughout Council space, human ships transmitted the same message. The old Council is dissolved. Your military installations and shipyards are being neutralized as we speak. Your leaders who authorized the attacks on human colonies will face justice. 1 month later, Ambassador James Wright stood again in the Council chamber, now filled with new representatives, those who had opposed the deception, joined by delegates from species that had suffered similar treatment in the past. The mistake the old Council made, James addressed the assembly, was believing that humanity's peaceful overtures indicated weakness. We sought genuine cooperation. Instead, we were forced to demonstrate our strength. He gestured to the viewports, where Earth ships maintained their vigilant presence. The Vengeance fleet remains active, but its purpose has changed. It now stands ready to defend any world against the kind of treachery the old Council practiced. A new era had begun. The galaxy had learned a crucial lesson. Humanity's desire for peace should never be mistaken for inability to wage war.